Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge, and we're back at it with a brand new whiskey from Georgia. Yes, I said it right, Georgia. So we got a little, today is an express court. Try to keep this a little bit quicker. But before we dive into the Fiddler and everything related to ASW Distillery down in Georgia, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor for today, Zbiotics. So I've talked about Zbiotics in the past on numerous occasions. So essentially, what is Zbiotics, Judge? Very short. Zbiotics is a pre-alcohol probiotic. Essentially, it's genetically engineered and very simple. You drink one bottle right before you're about to consume alcohol. The end goal is essentially to avoid those rough mornings the next day. So Zbiotics produces an enzyme, and the enzyme is what's most responsible for breaking down the byproduct of alcohol. So very simple the way it works. You know, Zbiotics comes in a couple different options. This is a 6-pack option here. This is a 3-pack option. So this bottle's out of the 3-pack option right here, 3-pack bottle rather. So very simple. You just take one bottle, you shake it up, and one bottle is really all that you need. You take one bottle, you shake it up, and you consume it right before you're about to actually consume alcohol as a whole. So for me, for example, a couple of these last ones, going back to the holiday season, Cousin Anita was here. We had a blast, and one thing I love, Cousin Anita, she loves to go through my my collection. So I was like, hey, cousin, why don't we actually use a Zbiotics product before we actually consume, a couple of these different bottles of alcohol? We did so, and even she would agree as well that Zbiotics, the proof is honestly in the pudding. So very simple. Again, shake it up. Just take this off real quick. Consume it. Voila, that's it. Very simple. So if you're interested in Zbiotics, do me a couple favors. Number one, just go directly to zbiotics.com and /TheBourbonJudge, and you'll get 15% off on your first order. Or just go directly to zbiotics.com, and at the end of the checkout, just use my promo code, TheBourbonJudge. Cool? All right. Put Zbiotics back over here, back inside the box. All right. Now we're going to move over to the Fiddler. Yes, the Fiddler. All right, so this is some Georgia whiskey. So ASW Distillery, also known as American Spirit Whiskey, is a distillery down in Atlanta, Georgia. I remember seeing this actual distillery when I was actually traveling for my day job, and I saw this distillery, and I was like, I should stop. I didn't because I didn't have the time, but next time I'm down there, I'm definitely going to make sure I stop by. So ASW Distillery down in Georgia. I actually got this bottle itself, and I heard about this company also from one of my patrons, my buddy Ron Edwards. So Ron, he was like, hey Judge, I love ASW Distillery. You have to try this single barrel called the Fiddler. I'm like, all right. Hey Ron, trying whiskey? That's my name of my game. Let me go ahead and pour this one real quick. So again, thanks Ron Edwards for the bottle. My good friend Ron is one of my patrons, has supported me for a long time. Really appreciate the support and love, Ron. So ASW, so essentially started out with 3 really good friends, Jim Chastain, Charlie Thompson, and then last but not least, Justin Minglitz. So the 3 of those gentlemen, they were all University of Georgia graduates. They came together as friends, and they loved making whiskey, and like, why not start a distillery, in the process? So got to give them credit where credit is due. So kudos to those gentlemen. Let me get into this nose real quick here. So when you think about ASW Distillery, they have a couple of different products. They have a couple of different bourbon options. They have a rye. They also even have vodka, as well as some gin as well. And the name, the Fiddler, as you see here on the front, the Fiddler is actually paying tribute to one of the founders. The master distiller, Justin, he's actually a renowned musician as a whole. So they're kind of paying tribute to Justin and his love of music as a whole, which I think is really cool. I wish I played an instrument. Unfortunately, I don't. So this is essentially a single barrel product. The Georgia Heartwood, so this is a cask strength. This is the top of the line bourbon that they offer. They offer 2 other bourbons at lower proof points, but this version of the Fiddler, the Georgia Heartwood, is a cask strength version. So this one, the one I'm sipping, comes in at 114.6 proof. Single barrel, cask strength, and essentially what they're doing, which I love by the way, it's very unique. They're taking Georgia, actually as it says right here, Georgia Heartwood oak, like actual oak staves, and putting them directly into the barrel during the aging process to kind of make it very well rounded and to bring out, let's just call it, a bit of Georgia in that whiskey. Pretty cool. All right, ASW. Heard a lot of good things from my buddy, my good friend Ron, as well as a lot of other people in Georgia, some other friends that live down there. So let's see if the proof is in the pudding. All right. All right, what do we have here? Woo! This nose is actually amazing. So I will say this is a high wheated bourbon, 46% wheat in the mash bill. And this product, because they're top of the line, because again, they have two other versions of the bourbon, this one comes in an MSRP about $80-ish. Depending on what store you go to, obviously it's going to be a little bit different, right? Every store is going to be priced a couple of dollars more or less, but for the most part, this is about $80 plus tax. Again, depending on where you find it at. Oh man, the nose on this is fantastic. So you can tell that by inserting those that Georgia oak Heartwood staves into the barrel, it's definitely made the nose extremely very vibrant. You get a ton of caramel, smidge of maple syrup, a good blend of like cinnamon in there as well, a little bit of spice as well. This is a nice nose. Goodness gracious. $80 bottle. Whew, sweet. It's really sweet on the nose. Sweet with a little bit of spice though. Oh, man, I love like that maple syrup caramel kind of note, kind of going back and forth. Georgia whiskey, I tell you, I think Georgia whiskey has officially arrived, at least from the nose. At least from the nose. All right, my friends. Hey, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know, have you tried yourself the Fiddler or any of the other ASW products? And last but not least, please make sure you also hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. All right, my friends. Ron Edwards, let's see what this Fiddler whiskey is all about. Let's rock and roll. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Ooh, that is nice. Wow. I did not get that in the nose, but in the palate, in addition to like the caramel, the brown sugar, like the maple syrup, there's a lot of notes of like almost like pecans almost in there. There's like a peanut pecan kind of a note in there. That is very interesting. Let me see if I don't think there's an age statement on this whiskey. There's not, right? There's no age statement on this whiskey. It is a single barrel. Yep, single barrel. This is really different and nice. I like this. It doesn't remind me of any other whiskey that I've had recently, which I like by itself. Very unique, very sweet, a lot sweeter on the palate than even was in the nose because of those pecan notes kind of adding in as well. I like this bad boy a lot. Wow. All right. Woo! Georgia. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, that's good. That's good. I know I'm a poker face. That is really, really good. For a craft distillery created by 3 friends, you might be wondering, Judge, you always say it, is it a buy, is it a leave it on the shelf, or is it a do not buy? For me, and me only, the verdict is definitely in. I'm hitting the gavel. This bad boy is a buy. Every day and all day. I will say for the team over at ASW, you hit a home run with this bad boy. The Fiddler coming in, at least this version here, 114.6 proof. This is absolutely amazing. If this is a representative of Georgia whiskey, I'm going to be a happy camper. So now it's time for me to dive into some more Georgia whiskey. More to it. All right, my friends. Cheers, everybody. Wow. Very nice. Love the nose. Love the palate, and a nice long finish. Craft distilleries, don't overlook them, folks. That is quite damn delicious.